Sometimes as working parents, we worry that we aren't spending enough time with our children, and that leads to feelings of guilt. But this morning, our Master Mom, Amanda Olson, is here with advice on how to rid yourselves of those feelings of parental guilt. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to see you again. I can relate to this. I really can, because I work, my wife works. It's the necessity of life.
Right.
And that's what it is, a necessity for a lot of folks. But sometimes you do feel like, I wish I could just spend some more time.
Yeah, and you know, I've been through all of it. I've stayed home with my kids.
Right.
I've gone to work because I had to. I've gone to work because I wanted to. Right. You know, built a business and took them along with me. You know, so I've been through a lot of that. And I think the guilt comes from other people's opinions. You know, I think that there's all kinds of advice out there
right.
about what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. And for the parents that I talk to, you know, they're talking to me and they just want to know they're doing an okay job as a
right.
parent. And if they're thinking that way, then they are. You know, if they're trying to make sure they're doing a good thing for their child, then they're already on the right path, whether they chose to stay at home or go to work, or they have to go to work, or their child has to stay in after-school programs.
Right.
You know, they're caring about their child, and that's what the child knows, and that's what they recognize. It's not so much always the quantity of time, but the quality of time that you
right.
get to spend.
And I think sometimes in this age that we live in with social media,
mm-hmm.
you know, in the past it may have been an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent that came to you and said, you know, and maybe put a little guilt on you. Right. But now the entire world is out there,
right.
you know, to pile on, so to speak.
Yeah, and in social media, you know, everybody shows the good stuff, you know, so
right.
you see everybody's great things that are going
right.
on. It can make you feel like, you know, I'm not doing a great job, but, you know, that's not reality.
Right.
And, you know, so I just advise parents when they are feeling that way, you know, to remember that nobody knows everything about your situation.
Right.
And you have to make the right choice for your family. And if you're doing that, then you're doing the right thing, you know, whether it's working or staying home. And right now, you know, I talk to families, it's grandparents that are raising their children, and
right.
there's, you know, they're having to make those choices, or, you know, it's just all kinds of different families that are trying to figure it out, put food on the table and make a living, raise their kids. So,
do you have any specific suggestions? I mean, as far as making time? Just doing some little things that you spoke about, you know, quality over quantity.
Right. I think that, you know, this is the schedule, this is
right.
the busy time.
Right. Right.
Making sure that you do plan. You know, like, I remember, you know, both my parents worked, and sometimes they've worked 2 jobs.
Right.
You know, so but I never felt neglected. You know,
right.
Friday night was movie and pizza night, you know, and
right.
we looked forward to that. I remember that as a kid, looking forward to that, and it was something that we did all the time, you know. And then on Sundays after church, we lived in Florida at that time, we'd go
right.
to the beach,
oh.
you know. So it was just something that, those were family times that we looked forward to every week, and the rest of the week was doing what you're supposed to do.
And sometimes I think, as you know, when our children are younger, it's easier to spend that quality time. As they get older and have their own interest, that's the age I'm at now.
Right.
And I have a whole different set of feeling a little guilty about not spending enough time with them, but they're kind of pushing me away.
Yeah, you know, I think the moment that they get that car,
yeah.
you know, all of a sudden you realize you are never going to see them again. You know, they're off with their friends. But
right.
you know, I tried to make it a priority for my kids to
yes.
say, okay, you have your time and your friends,
right.
but it's important that we have this family time. You know, and we kind of set aside Sunday evenings.
Right.
That was when they were teenagers, and even now
yeah.
that they're grown, they still come over most Sunday evenings, and we have dinner and just a chance to not talk shop, because we do
right.
work together, but just talk about our lives and have fun, play a game, and all. Now we're all cooking together, and
yeah.
you know, so
and
it's important.
And I think I find out more about my 2 when we're eating together.
Yeah.
Because they tend to loosen up when they're having a good meal.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, it's a very good family time.
All right. Master Mom Amanda Olson, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. It is. You could ask her any question. Just go check out askmastermom.com, olsonsma.com. Ask any question you want. Olson's Martial Arts Academy. It's right down the street here on Cherry Street. If you'd like to, give them a call. She'd love to talk to you today.
The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by